Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
Hey, Dawn. We're back in business. I can see that the screen's working. Tell me everything's okay. Yeah, I think that is a yes. So, today, there's a couple of things I want to go through, which is on the Affinity beta, and then I'll go into Nomad. So, the first thing that I want to show you, I know I've already made a video on it, but I do want to go through it, and that is filling this little white gap just here. It's not an object, only the balls are. And the way we're going to do that is with this new tool. So we're going to select all the balls. I forgot what I'm doing. Then I go to the vector flood tool, whatever, the flood fill, and then just tap in that middle place. And what it does, it makes another layer just here. And you can treat that layer just like you would any others. So you can change its color when I'm on the right bit. You can change its color. You can, add strokes and things up here. It's because he's not on top. Just put him on top, two sides. Now the stroke ain't big enough. So just like that. So you can add strokes and things. Add colors, do what you want. But that is going to be awesome when colouring in something. The next thing that I want to show you on beta is this little tool down here. If you hold it and use the style picker, this is totally new for 2.1. And now it's on iPad. It was on PC anyway. So can you see up here? It says picker is empty and it's got a red light. So if I click this one now, it'll say picker's loaded. See it? And whatever you pick will go that one, like that style. I'll just go back. You can put any in there. Just trying to think how to unload it. You just click it. Yeah, click the X. That unloads it. So what I'm gonna do, just pick it again. And this time we're gonna have the red one. Oh no. Would help if I was actually on the film. Oh yeah. Another thing I just remembered. So you gotta make sure it's in between to get that middle bit on the other tool. I just forgot about that. So back to no style picker. I don't know what I was thinking there. Anyways, so the red's loaded, yes. So now when we click on another object, it'll go red, just the same, which is awesome for when you're trying to do things quickly and you want it all to look the same. That was another thing. Let's get rid of that again. So we have this line right here. And what I want to show you with this line is that now you can rename the layers. Like before, you had to go in here and in there to rename it. Now you can just swipe left on the layer and rename layer. Do it that way. Put in lines. So that is a new thing again for 2.1 beta. The only other things I want to show you before I go to Nomad is that we've got 1 week left of our alternate of our insight challenge for April. Now, I've done 2 entries this time, just by mistake. I've made this one, which I did make, and I was just trying out the blur brush for these furs. A bit different. And then the background is just from Pixabay. Now, the other one I've done is in Nomad. I'll just shut this down and go into Nomad. And I'll just find it. Just open it up. And it's the... It kind of is. I mean, it's not my picture. I just copied it off this reference. But I made it in 3D, which is like... makes everything better, it seems. So yeah, that was my 2 entries. But obviously none of mine get included. But you got 1 week to do these. Now, I'm just gonna start a new project. So completely from scratch. This is a real special sphere, this is. Can you see it's really smooth? Like if I was to add another sphere now next to it, you'll see what I mean. So I just go into, I forgot what this is called. I don't know, it's just like add more clay. The scene menu, there we go. So you go to add and then sphere. Now go to the gizmo to move this. And can you see it's quite different to the other one that we are using? And what you can see is like the wireframe and things. Whereas on the smooth one, it's very difficult to see things like that. And that's because that's actually an adjusted sphere. I know it sounds odd, but they've played with it, even though it's like new. Sorry, my voice is going. So yeah, they've replayed with it. Now we can get it close to that, but I don't know what they've done. So to get this one close to that one, we have to do something called voxel remesh to get it sort of like high enough res so that we can smooth it just like that. And the way we do that is this one, I think. Go into this one, into voxel, and then we can just smooth the slider here. About 270 is where you want to be for real smooth. Like, it will be really smooth. And say, I don't know, say that you've made a line on that sphere. It will keep the line, but it will make it smooth. And you just click remesh. Now it looks like nothing's done, but it is, trust me. Because if we went to smooth now, and smooth, can you see it's getting rid of these lines there? I'm gonna say it's like the wireframe, and it's making it more like that sphere over there. But they've changed loads of it. It's like different size, all sorts. And when you're smoothing things, make sure you smooth it on every angle, because it's very easy to mess with it. Oh, my voice. Yeah, so I use 2 fingers to zoom it round, and then just smooth on every angle. I try and do this on every shape. When I'm done with it, remesh it to 270 odd, and then smoother. And that's why the mesh looks really smooth and stuff. Just gonna do this one. See what I mean? Every angle. So annoying. Now, when we get round here, can you see that ball? It's in the way now of what I'm trying to do. And if that happens, you can have just the sphere that we're working on screen. There's something down here called Sailor. I'll just put, oh, where's it gone? Where? I think where I was trying to show it, it's clicked on something else. So clicking back, you can click on the sphere swells on the scene menu like this, and like go between them, or you can just press it with your finger on that bit or that bit. You know what I mean? So now when we go solo, it'll get rid of the one in front and keep our one that we're working on, which is what we want. And just carry on smooth like we are. And take solo back off so we can see both. And now they're almost like identical, just not the right size. Now to cheat that, you can go into the gizmo, and this is the one where I moves it up and down, moves it left and right. You can enlarge it on either angle. I'll just put that back to where it was. You can also see this yellow ring on each side. That is how big it's going to be. So the closer we get, it will become bigger and smaller. So we can get pretty much close to that one and bring it down slightly. And there we go. That's what they've done to get that cube. Well, not quite. It's actually a lot different. I know it looks the same, but it is a lot different. I've worked out that I don't know what they've done because they're I'll show you now. So we'll go into the original sphere and we'll try and go into voxel remesh, and you'll see it's only 130, and to get R1 like that we had to go to 270 odd. So I don't understand what they've done. Very strange. Anyways, now that we've got two spheres, we can get rid of one. So we'll get rid of the one we made. Don't really matter. I'll get rid of the one they made. Sorry, my voice is really gone. Oh, bloody hell. Right. Hopefully it comes back. There's a couple of other things that you can do with this now. So, when you bring in more clay or add, I think they call it primitive to the scene. So you say like this one, you'll see that there's validate up the top. You have to validate it to use your tools again. So once it's all in position, the ring's where you want it, kind of thing, then you validate it. Then it'll bring out your tools back. Hope you're following along. I know I'm going pretty quick. I'll just give her that one again. Taurus. Is that what they call it? I call it a ring. Anyways, going on to our sphere. Now we can go through the brushes. First one we have is clay. Now this will obviously add clay. Can you see it's adding it in symmetry? And that is because this sim is on. So if we turn it off and do it, it won't. Now, the other thing, it's adding clay upwards. Like it's adding more clay onto it. If we wanted to take away clay, then we can go with this sub here. And that will take it away from the item. Like so. Yeah. I'm just gonna reset it again. On to our next brush. This one's just called brush. Don't really use it very often, so I don't know. It looks like it adds just like the clay does, but it looks more rounder. So if I get the clay brush, you'll see it's like square, whereas this brush seems round. You see, when it's not on sub, it's like it's round and cubed. Just gonna get rid of that. Go to our next brush. So move. This is interesting. I use this one all the time. So depending on how big the brush is, which you can move with the radius, depends on how much of this sphere you're gonna move. So if we make it bigger than sphere, like so, then when we grab one side, it will pull it out like that. But if we made it smaller and pull out, it'll just pull out that piece. Interesting that you can push it in as well to make that shape like that. To like go it in. God, my voice is bad. This is gonna reset. Now we got drag. Another one that you can adjust the radius. But if I make it smaller than the cube, I'll show you. So this is if you just want to drag out a piece like this. It's a bit like me, but it is a little bit different. And then Smith already showed you. Flatten. It's quite an interesting brush. This, if you use it too much, you can get rid of the clay altogether. Like, but if you just move it like tiniest little bits, it will just flatten that edge that you want. But you don't want to use it too much, because it will. I'll show you now. You can pretty much destroy the whole thing with this. Probably won't do it though, because I'm trying to show. But it just keeps going. The more you use it, the more it'll go down. So if we look at it from the side now, you'll see it's mostly destroyed. But if you keep going, it will just get rid of everything. So going back. And our next brush, which is mask. Now then, the mask itself is a bit odd because it's not really a brush. It's this little setting up here. And you can just like turn it on things in this settings here. The one you really want to use is select mask. And this will give you the options here to make it a line or a rectangle. Let's give it lasso for now, so I can show you what it does. So we're just gonna draw the shape like so. Then can you see it's done that all the way around? Oh, it just flipped. Weirder. Flipped. Where? Just invert that again. So, as you can see, it's all the way around. Now, the bit that's in the dark won't move at all. So if we go to the gizmo now and move it, it'll only move the bit that's not in the grey, which is dead handy. Especially when you're painting, you can basically black off the bit that you don't want to paint so that you don't accidentally paint it. But yeah, this is interesting, this one. I'll just go back now. There's plenty of use cases for that. Now, paint. This one is interesting. I'll just take that mask off as well. Go back to it. Go into the mask settings and say clear. There we go, it's gone now. So, paint. What I was saying is, fucking thing. Go away. So, down here, there is this little color thing. And you can select what color you want. It shows the whole thing being painted, but it's not. So as soon as you let go, it will let go. It's just showing you the color. So let's go for a purple. Now, the other thing you can do is how shiny you want it. Do you want it really shiny? Do you want it really rough? And then the other thing is how metal do you want it? So, make it really shiny and really metal. As you can see, it would be like a shiny ball now. So we don't want that for now. We'll just have full rough, etc. Now, select the radius of the brush. And then just start painting it. And you can turn it around and paint some more. And turn it around, paint some more. And it just does a pretty good job. But can you see on the edge, it's not very straight. So if you were painting a model and you wanted to go right to the edge, like along that line, see, it's so jaggedy and not very good. There is a way to get rid of that. So, this might be a bit much. But up here, if you go to where the voxel room is, like up on this one, there's something called Dine Topo. You click that on and say enable. You'll see on our sidebar, there's like on and off. Can you see it turn it on? So if we have that on, now try and paint the same line, you'll see it's a lot smoother than it was before. The beauty of Dine Topo. So you can do that with all sorts. Don't just affect the paint. It will affect things, other things. But that is what it does with paint. So I'm just going to turn that back off now. And we'll go to the smudge tool, which just like in other art it's just like you drag the paint just like that. Exactly the same as it is on other programs. Layer, that's a pretty good one. So I'll just get rid of this now. Go back to our normal sphere. get rid of all that paint. So, layer. There's two versions of layer. There's the one that will add a layer, but can you see it's not going any higher than what it has done now? As long as you don't lift your finger off, it'll just do a complete layer, but that thick. And that can be changed by the intensity of the thing. But if you lifted your hand off and do it again, it will make one on that one. See what I mean? So it's really good for, like, if you add sleeves on the arm, you can just put the sleeve in and it will be perfect with the model. Okay. Now, there is another version of this, and it's called the sub version, which is this here. In fact, I'll just turn on symmetry just to like show you what I mean. It just keeps going up what you see. Sorry about that. So, this is like, say you're doing eyes. They gotta have somewhere to sit. So, not taking your finger off again. You can do that. And then again. And when you go to the smooth and smooth eye, you'll see it's real nice to put eyeballs in. Just make sure we get smooth on every angle. So I was saying, you gotta know every angle. It's so annoying. So there we go. So that's your eye socket maker. That is the layer. Just gonna come back now and go to our next one, which is crease. Now then, you know we raised it to voxel mesh of 270. If you don't do that, this will really affect the mesh. But because we're already on 270, it's like a nice crease it'll make. So we'll turn this right down to 5 and make sure it's on 100%. When you draw around, I know I'm still symmetry, but when you draw around, it will actually make a really nice pattern in there. And can you see it's made quite a nice little dent in there, so that when you smooth that, it'll leave that. Oh no, that's not done it. That is because we're not high enough voxel rest. Right, if that happens to you, make sure you're more higher on voxel remesh, and then it won't happen. The other thing you can do is turn down your intensity. Just make it 30 and do it again. No, it's still too high. Yeah, you're gonna have to do it the other way. Just to change the voxel remesh. There's always a way around. So, going back to our sphere, I'm just going to get rid of these now. So, going back to crease, with all these tools, there's a way in and a way out, and that's with this sub. So, this time, instead of creasing it inwards, you'll have the line coming outwards, which you can see here. So I'll just add that little like a little main ridge kind of thing to it. And again, if you want to speed that, you'll have to hire up the box remesh, probably about 300 to make it work. But if it does smooth out too much, just raise the box remesh to get rid of it. Same way I'll do with this one. Now you see that one, it's not too bad. I'm just gonna see what it does with the whole thing. So you can still tell that there's a little lump there. Anyways, I'm gonna get rid of all together. Go on to our next one, which is nudge. Another one I don't use. See what it does. Oh, looks like it messes up your mesh. I will turn the mesh on so we can see that. Yeah, I'm just gonna reset it. So turn on wireframe. Is this little menu down here, so you can see the mesh, and now we'll see what the tool does to it. So as you can see, it bends it around, really affects it. And the more that you do it, seems like the more horrible it gets. Just gonna turn off the wireframe as we can see. That is awful. Can't think of what you'd use that for. But hey, trim. Now this is something that I use all the time. Trim. This again will give you lines or rectangle or lasso. But basically, anything that's in the way will get deleted. So, like that, just took that whole. Sorry. Oh. Damn thing. So it took that whole chunk off. You can't already talk that. Sorry about this. So yeah, it took that whole chunk off, as you see. And you can do things like use the line. So you want to get rid of that piece. And it will get rid of that. Now, Nomad Sculpt is renowned for not doing hard surface. So, like, that it is like completely straight now, isn't it? So there's a way around it. But if you wanted to do that line, there's no way you could just do that. That is a way around. If you do need to do it for letters and things. Just gonna put that back now. Now split. This is an interesting one because if you want to keep both halves, so let's just do that cut again. So around here. So it looks like it hasn't done anything, but if you go into here, you'll see there's two pieces, that piece and that piece, and it's kind of like the same, but it keeps both pieces, which is awesome. Just get back. Project, I've never used that, so I won't even go there. Inflate. This is really good. It's an awkward shape to show you. Let's add another shape so I can show you this one. Let's just add a cylinder onto there. Just going to get into position. So, say this was like an arm. Just getting into place. if I can. This is what I mean by being in 3D space. It's really awkward to see where exactly you are. You have to keep checking everything. Cool. So, say that was your shoulder going to armor swing. So, just validate it. And I would just select the sphere. Oh, it's still got the two pieces. Oh, damn. So you're gonna box some mercies together a minute. Just because that is really messed up for me. Neither one. Okay. So, what is that going? Come here. Right. Yeah, back to him, please. We were done. So, what you do is just pull it around. It's like too big. The way you see, so annoying. So, we don't want it that big. Let's go 24. So you just go just around the shape like that. Obviously, you do it a lot better than that. But you see what I mean? It like gives you that I don't know what you call it, but it's kind of like the joint between. That's what I would use it for. I know it's just it's kind of like add clay, where you can just add a piece or brush actually, because this one's more sort of rounded. And again, you can sub this to make it go inwards. This would be a good one for eyes as well. And we can go deeper as well. So, if you want to make eyes, you can make eyes. Reverse everything we've done. Get rid of that cylinder. So, back to our sphere. Now, pinch. But before I do pinch, I'm just going to go into our crease. Make sure it's on sub. And make a line across. Now we can use pinch. So, what pinch does is, you see that line? It's got like two pieces that come right up. Don't know whether it'll be easier on wireframes to. So you would grab along that line with pinch, and you can't really see it doing anything. Basically, what it does, it makes it sharper. You can't really see, but it pinches the two pieces of material together to make it sharper. Can't really tell on this one, but yeah, that's what it does. Now, the rest of the tools I'm gonna leave for another day because they're all interesting on their own. But what I will show you now is voxel merge, or what I just did to join those two pieces. So, can you know in Affinity, you've got the Boolean operations like add, take away, like subtract, or whatever, all that kind of stuff. Well, you've got the same, but in 3D. So let's add a box. Let's just move the box So there's interaction with this. Just like that. So now you can see that it's got that corner piece right in the circle. In the sphere, I mean. See that? It's like right in there. So I'm going to validate that one so we can use the tools. And what I'm going to do is come up here. You can select both objects, but you want to take away the one you want to take away the thing from. Like, I don't know, say I didn't want this box, so that corner piece that's inside the sphere will be gone when we do this. So just make sure it's got that kind of like invisibleness to. So if you want to do it the other way, you could do it that way. So it'll take the circle out of the cube. So when you've got your way that you wanted to go to voxel merge, which is this one. Now I always put it out to about 270 ish. And voxel merge. And as you can see, it'll take out the actual piece. Now if we want to do that in reverse, so if you want to take the circle out, show you what that looks like. So we're going to take the circle out of the cube now. We'll go back to voxel merge. It's already been put on 274. And we can just hit voxel merge. And now we've taken the circle out of the cube, which is awesome. Now, what if we want to join these two pieces permanently? So you can see at the moment, they are separate objects, like I say. But we want them to be one object. So that, say, when we smooth in between that object and that object, it won't do anything right now. But say you wanted to, I want to smooth between there and there. What you'd have to do is add them together. So this time, none of the objects we're gonna have as the I don't know what you call that. Kind of like that invisibleness. I don't know what you would call that. So instead, we just leave them on. Go to our voxel merge again. Put it up to like 270 odd. And voxel merge here. And can you see it's now one object? So, and it's kind of different on these edges. And if you show you the wire, they're actually part of the scene. See object now. So if you go to something like smooth and turn smooth between there and there, it'll now work. So we'll smooth between there and there. You see? Unlike this edge here, which is all jaggedy, this one's all smooth. I hope I'm not moving too fast and too many at once. There's just so much to this. It's unbelievable. Do you want me to leave there? Don't know. That's a lot of info for one stream. So I make them two separate projects. Just going back till they're two separate. And there's just one more thing I want to show you, which is painting them the other way, which is this menu up here. So it's kind of the same, but instead of doing it with a brush, you just do the whole object at once. So say we're doing that sphere, you just go into the paint menu and select your color. I see blue. Select again how smooth or rough it is, how metallic it is, and then to make it stay that color, you just paint all, and it'll go that color. It'll be permanent that color now. You can paint on top of it, but it will be blue now. And again, if you want to go into the box and go back into paint, change what color, pink, and full roughness, and then paint all. Now it'll be pink. That was one thing. Nope. That always see keeps going off. Not going too fast. I'm like, there is a lot. Wait till we get to stamps and alphas and I haven't even showed you decimate and stuff. Yeah. How to make the round edges or the smooth color. Yeah. There's just so much. Oh, tubes is this whole thing. Lathe is another thing. There's a lot. You still hear it all? Can't see in the chat. This is another way you can do hard things. Like just use the cube on everything. Join up loads of cubes. That will do. Hard surface modeling. It's very cool. Very much a lot to it. Can you see this little number up here? You gotta try and keep that as low as possible. Because once it starts getting into the millions, that's when you'll lag. And I'll show you a way of dealing with that in the next one. Yeah, I think we did pretty well there for today. So, I think I'll see you on the next one. Thanks very much for coming. Bye bye.